Alrighty guys, welcome. Today we are going to go over the sling squat. This is a great squat variation which creates a lot of activation through the feet and the ankles. This is due to the nature of the sling pulling the athlete forward, which you'll see in a minute here. This variation really allows for the athlete to sit back at the hips, creating a very hip dominant movement. So the sling, which we got here, it's attached to a raptor. You can see those two little cords coming off the front of my sling and the carabiner. And that's off the back of a squat rack right here. So first thing I'm gonna do, step into the sling. Got it over my left-hand shoulder here. You always turn away from the shoulder, which you have it on top of. So I'm gonna spin this way. And then I'm gonna spin one more time so that I'm back facing the rack. And it's super important that this sling is situated at hip height. So I'm gonna step forward quick, readjust, and make sure that's at hip height. Next thing I'm gonna do, I got my kettlebell here. I'm gonna reach down, I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna take a few more steps back to get some more resistance out of the raptor. And yeah, here we go. So I've got the kettlebell up top in a goblet position. That's the variation I'll be showing you all today. And then I'm really grabbing the ground with my feet, my big toe, the outside of my foot, and the backside, my heel. If you ever heard the term tripod of the foot, I'm really focusing on that cue here. So I'm super upright. You can actually see I'm leaning back a little bit, and that's because the sling attached to the raptor is pulling me forward here. So you really gotta fight and resist that sling pulling you forward. So here we go. In nature, this movement is contralateral also because it's pulling you into extension at this shoulder. So I really like to use this as a teaching progression early on with athletes where they are really focusing on grabbing the ground with their feet. Like I said, focusing on that tripod of the foot, right? Because if you're not stable through the feet, with this sling pulling you forward, you're gonna be getting ready to squat and you're gonna look like this. Okay, we don't want that. Additionally, the torque being placed on the hip is really forcing you to resist here, right? In barbell sports, a lot of times you'll see athletes squatting and they'll really favor one side or the other. In that first one, you can see me favor my left-hand side. Other one, you can see me favor my right-hand side. We call this a hip shift. So I think in a corrective context, with the torque being applied at the hip, that would really force the lifter to really go into anti-torsion and resist that torque being placed on them at the hip. You guys saw me today perform this goblet style with a kettlebell. You could easily do this exercise with a barbell on your back. You could go front rack if you want with the barbell. You could even throw some kettlebells up here front rack. You could really do like a single arm kettlebell front rack if you wanted to get crazy with it. Dumbbells at the sides. You could step into a trap bar. The possibilities are endless with this one. And then quickly, I'm just gonna hop in the sling and show you what the other side looks like. So now I got the sling over my right hand shoulder. I'm gonna spin away from it. Spin back facing the rack. Step forward, adjust. And you can see it's situated at hip height here. Gonna reach down, grab the kettlebell one more time. And then this is actually the side where I have a slight hip shift, which I favor. So I'm really gonna have to resist here. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. That's all I got. Enjoy this movement. Let me know what you think.